Hello, Steve White, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, we've got some good news about the proposed Star Trek reality TV workplace sitcom thing that Tawny Newsome was developing. It is only in development. It hasn't been greenlit. No one's given any real money to this. It was pitched to Paramount and they didn't say yes. That's kind of a no. So I don't think it's actually going to happen. Everything at Paramount is on pause now because of the Skydance merger / takeover, whatever you want to call it. So the chance of it actually happening is pretty unlikely. So I'm pretty happy about hearing that. Basically, I'm guessing someone at Secret Hideout has given Tawny Newsome some money to write, a proposal because they had to pitch stuff to Paramount and that. So that's all it is. That's all it was. Now, of course, because she's a narcissist, she wrote the show about her. It's a mariner show, and she'd be playing a 50-year-old mariner on a non-Federation planet, pleasure planet, not Riser, because you wouldn't want to pay those people royalties and use something that fans are actually familiar with and might want to see. Basically, Starfleet is just there. So Starfleet crew members on an alien planet, pleasure planet, setting up the Federation because they're becoming a member. That's sort of what the idea was, and it's going to be in the Picard era, and they keep referring to it as work-based sitcom. I'm like they keep focusing on the work-based part, and I'm like, all of Star Trek is work-based. They're all set in on Federation ships and space stations where Starfleet officers are at work. So I don't know why they keep focusing on that, like that makes it different or special. Basically it's going to be a Mariner series. She was writing herself in, and it's all about her. It sounds like it's not happening, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now, as far as development, because a lot of people use development and try and make it sound like production, because production means they put real money towards, hiring actors, hiring production staff, actually designing things, building sets, making costumes, writing scripts. That's production, and then you literally film the show. Development can be as simple as paying anyone anything on the idea of a show. Like, go do some research on this subject because we might do a series on this thing one day. And then you can say, oh yes, we have a show in development about this. That's how they use it. They just use it as a term to make things sound like it's in production when it's not. And I think she was very careful about how she spoke this time. So I'm guessing she got in trouble for basically saying it was in production when it wasn't before. So, I'm really happy to hear that it's not happening. Not that it is impossible that it couldn't happen in the future, maybe, but they pitched it to Paramount, and Paramount didn't say yes. So that's basically a no. And they're very hopeful, of course, that it's going to get picked up and it's going to happen, but I don't think it will, and I pray it doesn't, because it's the worst idea ever. She was going on about how you need to find the intersection between Star Trek and comedy, and there is none. Star Trek can have humour, can have humorous episodes, humorous moments, characters that aren't particularly serious, scenarios that can be humorous, but the show itself has to be a serious science fiction series, not science fantasy, not comedy, not, film noir, not just, that's a whole other issue with Kurtzman, trying every genre and throwing it at the wall and seeing any of it sticks. But, so I'm just happy. This is good news, because they made it sound like it was in production. It's the worst idea ever. And another thing someone was pointing out is when they did Lower Decks, which was a parody that was based and set and supposed to undermine the original canon Star Trek, basically. Anyone new watching that show and then going and trying to watch Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, they wouldn't be able to take it seriously. And that was what Kurtzman was trying to do, to sabotage the original show, just make a joke out of it. The thing about that show at least was animation, so you can say, well, it's not canon, it's just an animated show, it's a little joke show, it's on the side, and you kind of dismiss it. But with a live-action sitcom-style show, it has to be considered canon, and they could just destroy the whole franchise in a couple of seasons if they really tried with a live-action show. So they got one live-action episode in Discovery where the characters sort of came into the universe, and they did the ridiculous thing of establishing that there is a cartoon universe. That's the kind of thing that because people are acting like she's good at a job or something. I'm like, no, she's just not. So yeah, glad to hear this is not in production. It's barely in development. I mean, anyone, like I said, can pay anyone to say something is in development. And often studios like Secret Hideout and Bad Robot, who need to find funding for productions, will say that they've got a show in production when it's only just in development, and they're just trying to get people to invest, and it sounds like a better deal, and it's going to happen, and you're going to get money out of it, and it's not going to be a waste of money if it's already sort of in production. So they try and make it sound like, oh yes, we're doing this show, this movie, like they did with Star Trek Beyond when that was in the premiere. They said, oh yes, we're going to do Star Trek 4. They never got the money for it. It never happened. And hopefully that'll be the case with this show. It'll just be one of those shows that never happened that we can talk about after the fact. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this fairly wonderful news.